Jai Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhar Shivasadi Gaur Bhaktavinda Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama Hare Rama Rama Hare Hare. Read from Chaitanya Bhagavata, Vrndavana Thakur. And this is Madhya-Khanda, Chapter 2, description of the Sankirtan movement's beginning. Okay. Glory, glory to Lord Chaitanya, the auspiciousness of the world. O Lord, please place your feet in my heart. Please give this charity to me. Glory, glory to Lord Chaitanya and his devotees. Anyone who hears about Lord Chaitanya will certainly attain pure devotional service. Seeing Lord Chaitanya's pure love for Lord Krishna, the devotees felt their hearts become filled with wonder. Joyfully they went to Advaita's home and told him what they had seen. Lord Advaita was very powerful in devotional service. All the Vaishnavas thought, he must be the Supreme Lord himself descended to this world. Still, no one could understand the truth of Lord Advaita. Sometimes he would reveal his true nature, and other times he would conceal it. Hearing the Vaishnav's words, Lord Advaita became very happy. First, he was wrapped in thought, and then he spoke. He said, "Oh, my brothers, please hear what I will tell you today. Last night I saw something in a dream. Unable to understand a certain passage of Bhagavata and very unhappy, I fasted. In that dream at night, someone said to me, 'Rise, Acharya, eat at once.' I will tell you the meaning of that passage. Rise, eat, and worship me." Why are you unhappy? Your vow has now borne its fruit. Your fasting, your worship, your weeping and crying, Krishna, and your raising your arms and declaring many vows have now convinced your Lord to become manifest in this world. Now, in every country, in every city, in every home, and in every moment, Lord Krishna's holy names will be chanted. By your mercy, everyone in the world will see a kind of devotional service so exalted that even the demigod Brahma finds it difficult to attain. In Srivasa's home, the Vaishnavas will see an exalted kind of devotional service even Brahma finds difficult to attain. But you eat. I will another time, after you have eaten, I will return. Then I opened my eyes. Within my heart I gazed and gazed at Vishvambar. I do not have the power to know Lord Krishna's secrets, what forms he manifests, before whom he shows himself. Some time ago, Vishvambar's elder brother, who was named Vishvarup, would discuss Bhagavad Gita with me. At that time, the child Vishvambar, who was very charming and handsome, would come to my house to call for his brother. My heart, enchanted by seeing this handsome boy, I blessed him, saying, "May you attain devotional service." Vishvambar was born in a very exalted family. He's the son of an exalted father and the grandson of Nilambar Chakravarti. He has all virtues. He's a great pandit. Therefore it's appropriate that he has attained devotional service. I'm very happy to hear this news of him. All of you, please bless him, saying, "May this be so." By Lord Krishna's mercy, may everyone in the world become mad with chanting the holy names of Lord Krishna. If this news is true, then everyone in the world will approach this young Brahmin. Then Lord Advaita roared with transcendental bliss. All the devotees shouted, "Jai, Jai." Every mouth shouted, "Hari, Hari," assuming the form of the chanting of his holy names. Lord Krishna personally descended to this world. One person said, "Nimai Pandit's very good. He will very blissfully sing the holy names." Bowing down before Advaita Acharya and singing Lord Hari's holy names, the devotees left. Now, Lord Chaitanya would speak respectfully to anyone he saw. When at dawn he went to bathe in the Ganga, the Lord would see the Vaishnavas. Seeing Srivas and other devotees, the Lord would bow down before them. Very pleased, the devotees would bless the Lord. They said to him, "May you attain devotion to Lord Krishna's feet. With your mouth may you always chant Krishna. With your ears may you always hear Krishna. My son, whoever worships Lord Krishna attains a benefit that's eternal. Whoever does not worship Lord Krishna will not attain either wisdom or glory." Lord Krishna is the father of all the universes. Lord Krishna is the life of everyone. O my son, you should very earnestly worship Lord Krishna's feet. Hearing these blessings, Lord Chaitanya became very happy. Lifting his handsome face, he gazed at everyone. He said, "The blessings you speak must certainly come true. Who but you devotees has the power to give these blessings? You have the power to give someone the gift of service to Lord Krishna. Lord Krishna is merciful to anyone who serves his devotees. I think that it is because of my past very good karma that now you're teaching me my duty to Lord Vishnu. Whoever serves you will certainly attain devotion to Lord Krishna." After speaking these words, Lord Chaitanya grasped the devotees' feet. The Lord would wash the devotees' garments, fold their dhotis, and personally bring them. He would bring them kusha grass and ganga mud. Some days he would bring garments and ornaments to their homes. All the Vaishnavas would say to Lord Chaitanya, "Ah, what are you doing? What are you doing?" In this way, every day Lord Chaitanya acted like a servant of his servants. What will the Supreme Lord not do for his servants? He renounces his own nature and serves them. Lord Krishna is the friend of everyone. This all the scriptures say. Lord Krishna does not hate anyone. Still, for his devotees' sake, the Lord turns away from his neutrality. His killing of Duryodhana's family bears witness to this truth. It is the devotee's nature to serve Krishna, and Krishna feels happy to be with his devotees. By tasting the nectar of devotional service, devotees are able to purchase Lord Krishna. Satyabhama, who resides in Dwarka, bears witness to this truth. Concealing his true identity, the same Lord Krishna, who is now fair and handsome Lord Chaitanya, stayed in Navadvip. No one had the power to know that the Supreme Lord had descended to this world and was staying in their midst. Whoever desires to worship Lord Krishna must first worship Lord Krishna's dear and saintly servant. Lord Chaitanya taught this truth to everyone. The Lord personally served the Vaishnavas. He washed their garments and folded their dhotis. He was not ashamed to serve. Respectfully folding his hands, he honored the Vaishnavas. Seeing Lord Chaitanya's humbleness, the devotees sincerely blessed him at every moment. They said to him, "Worship Krishna, remember Krishna, hear Krishna's holy name, make Krishna your wealth, breath, and life. Chant, chant Krishna, become Krishna's servant, keep Krishna in your heart. Keep Krishna and no one else in your heart, then all your sufferings will flee far away. By your power may the lowly people who now mock the chanting of the holy names become plunged in the nectar of Lord Krishna." As with knowledge of Scripture you conquer the entire world, in the same way, with worship of Lord Krishna, you should conquer the materialists and offenders. By your mercy we are all overcome with spiritual love. Now we happily chant Krishna and dance. Placing their hands on the Lord's body, they blessed him. Then they spoke of their own unhappiness. They said, "My son, many teachers live in Navadvip, but when asked to speak about devotion to Krishna, they all become like silent ducks. In Navadvip there are many big sannyasis, tapasvis, and jnanis, but, oh my son, they will not talk about Lord Krishna. They will not glorify Lord Krishna. Instead, at every moment, they insult Lord Krishna. The sinners hear their words and accept them. In that way, the people do not think us as good as blades of straw. O my son, for this reason our bodies burn with pain. We do not anywhere hear the chanting of Lord Krishna's names. Lord Krishna is now merciful to us, for he has made you walk on the path of devotional service. Because of you, materialists and offenders will perish. This we know in our hearts. May you live long. May you always chant Krishna's name. May you manifest Lord Krishna's glories in the world. The Lord placed the devotee's blessings on his head. For a devotee's blessings make one attain devotion to Lord Krishna. Hearing of the devotee's sufferings in his heart, Lord Chaitanya decided to reveal himself at once. The Lord said, "You are all very dear to Lord Krishna. Whatever you say will certainly be. Because of your kind words, my life is now glorious. Time has not the power to devour you. Who are these sinners, these offenders, these people like ashes? Please, continually happily sing the name of Lord Krishna Chandra. The Lord cannot bear to see the devotees suffer. That is why he personally descends to this world and associates with them." The Lord said, "This I know. You will bring Lord Krishna Chandra to this world, and he will bring the bliss of Vaikuntha to Navadvip. Because of you, the entire world will be delivered. You will make Lord Krishna descend to this world. Because know that I am always your servant, please bless me by saying, 'We will never leave you.'" Lord Chaitanya touched the dust of the devotees' feet. Many times they blessed him. After bathing in the Ganga, everyone returned to their homes. As he walked home, Lord Chaitanya smiled in his heart. Hearing of the devotees' sufferings, the Lord became very angry at the materialists and offenders. "I will kill them all," he roared. I am he, he said again and again. One moment he laughed, another moment he wept. Another moment he fell unconscious. Another moment when he saw Goddess Lakshmi, he tried to strike her. In this way the Lord was wrapped in a trance, thinking of himself as a Vaishnava. Sachi did not know what kind of disease this was. Sachi did not know anything but love for her son. She told everyone of Lord Chaitanya's activities. She said, "The Creator took away my husband. He took away a son. He left me with only one kinsman. I do not know what has come over my son's mind. One moment he laughs, another moment he weeps, another moment he falls unconscious. Sometimes he talks to himself. Sometimes he says, 'I will break them. I will break the offenders' heads.' Sometimes he climbs a tree's branch, does not keep his eyes open, and then falls to the ground. Sometimes he grinds his teeth. Sometimes he slaps his thighs. He rolls on the ground. He does not say a word to explain all this." People did not see that these were symptoms of ecstatic love for Krishna. Thinking these actions were caused by a disorder of life airs, the people said she should tie the Lord up. Hearing these words from Sachi's mouth, the people went to see for themselves. Concluding that it was a disorder of the life airs, they laughed and ran away. Mother Sachi ran after them, grabbed them, brought them back. The people said, "The pervert air has given birth to this condition." Someone said, "You are only a foolish Brahman's wife. Why do you even ask about this? The pervert air has given birth to this condition in his body. Bind his feet and keep him at home. Give him coconut milk. Then the air that causes this madness will not be so strong." Someone else said, "What will a little weak medicine do? You must give him Shiva ghee. That will cure the disorder of his life airs. Place pukka oil on his head and bathe him, and his madness will not be strong." Supremely kind and generous, Sachi is the mother of all the worlds. When the people heard her complaint, they spoke these words to her. Very worried, Mother Sachi did not know what to do. She surrendered her body, mind, and words to Lord Krishna. She took shelter of him. She sent messengers with letters to Srivas and the other Vaishnavas. One day Srivas Pandit came. Lord Chaitanya attentively stood up and then bowed down before him. Seeing a devotee, Lord Chaitanya became overwhelmed with ecstatic love. He wept and trembled. The hairs of his body stood erect. Seeing his devotee begin to circumambulate Tulsi Devi, Lord Chaitanya at once fell unconscious. After a few moments, the Lord became conscious again. Now he wept and trembled. He would not stay still. Seeing these wonders, Srivas thought in his heart, "These are the signs of ecstatic devotional love. Who would say this is a disorder of life air?" Returning to external consciousness, Lord Chaitanya said to Srivas Pandit, "O Pandit, what do you think is the cause of my condition? Some people say my vital airs are in disarray, and I should be tied up. O Pandit, in your heart, what do you think is happening to me? Smiling, Srivas Pandit said, your madness is a good madness. I wish I could be mad the way you are. I see on your body the signs of ecstatic love of Krishna. Well, Krishna is very merciful to you. Hearing this from Srivas' mouth, the Lord happily embraced Srivas. The Lord said, everyone says my life airs are in disarray. You have given me great hope. Now my life has become glorious. If you had also said my life airs were in disarray, I would have drowned myself in the Ganga. Srivas said, Brahma, Shiva, Shanaka, Kumar, and all the sages and demigods yearn to attain love for Krishna that you possess. Let us gather and chant the holy names of the Lord. Why should the sinners and offenders not say what they like? Then Shiva spoke these words to Sachi. Please break into pieces all the worries in your heart. His life airs are not in disarray. I say he has great devotion for Lord Krishna. These other people don't know what is the truth. If you see these great secrets of love for Lord Krishna, you should not describe them to ordinary people. After speaking these words, Srivas went home. Sachi took the idea of the life airs in array and threw it far away from her heart. Still, Sachi was unhappy in her heart. In her heart she feared, my son will go away. In this way, Lord Chaitanya enjoyed pastimes. He did not reveal the truth about himself. Who has the power to understand him? One day, accompanied by Gadadhar, Lord Chaitanya happily went to see Advaita Acharya. Lord Chaitanya and Gadadhar Pandit saw Advaita was sitting down and offering tulsi leaves and water to the deity. Waving his arms, Lord Advaita called out, Hari, Hari. One moment he laughed, another moment he wept, completely forgot himself. He roared like a maddened lion. His eyes were full of anger. It was as if he was an incarnation of Lord Shiva. Simply by seeing Advaita, Lord Chaitanya fell unconscious to the ground. Lord Advaita was very powerful in devotional service. He understood. He is the Lord of my life. In his heart, Advaita thought, today I have captured you. For so many days you traveled here and there, cheating people. You will not cheat Advaita. Now I will cheat the cheater. Aware that the time to cheat the cheater had come, Advaita prepared all the articles of worship. Bringing Padya, Arghya, Achman water, Advaita Acharya worshipped Lord Chaitanya's feet. Bowing down and offering fragrances, flowers, incense, and lamps to Lord Chaitanya's feet again and again, Advaita recited the verse, Namo Brahmanya Devaya, Go Brahmanya Hitaya Cha, Jagat Hitaya Krishnaya, Govindaya Namo Namaha. Let me offer my respectful obeisances unto Lord Krishna, who's the worshipful deity for all Brahminical men, who's the well-wisher of cows and Brahmins, who's always benefiting the whole world. I offer my repeated obeisances to the personality of Godhead known as Krishna and Govinda. Reciting this verse again and again, Advaita bowed down before the Lord's feet. Recognizing his Lord, he wept. With tears from his eyes, he washed the Lord's feet. Folding his hands, he offered Dandavat obeisances before the Lord's feet. Biting his tongue, smiling Gadadhar said, My Lord, you should treat a boy like that. Laughing at Gadadhar's words, Advaita said, Gadadhar, for how many days will you continue to think he is just a boy? Surprised, Gadadhar thought within his heart, I think he is the Supreme Personality of Godhead, descended to this world. After some moments, Lord Chaitanya returned to external consciousness, and he saw that Advaita Acharya was wrapped in an ecstatic trance. Lord Chaitanya kept his true identity hidden. Still, folding his hands, Advaita offered prayers. Bowing down, he touched the dust of the Lord's feet. He offered his body to the Lord. He said, O Lord, please be merciful to me. I am yours. Please know this without a doubt. By seeing you, I've become fortunate. Please be merciful to me, so the holy name of Lord Krishna will be manifested within me. You have the power to break the bonds of repeated birth and death. Lord Krishna is always present in your heart. Supreme Lord knows very well how to glorify his devotee. As the devotee glorifies him, so he glorifies his devotee. In his heart Advaita thought, with this opulent worship, I have now cheated the cheater. Laughing, Advaita said, "O Vishvambar, to me you are the greatest of all. Please stay here, happily talk about Lord Krishna. Then I will see you always." All the Vaishnavas desire to see you and to chant Lord Krishna's names in your company. Hearing Advaita's words, Lord Chaitanya happily accepted them. The Lord then went home. Advaita thought, perhaps the Supreme Lord has appeared in this world. I will go to Shantipur to test if that is true. If it is true that he is the Supreme Lord and I am his servant, then he will bind me with ropes and drag me to him. Who has the power to understand Advaita's heart? By his power, Lord Chaitanya descended to this world. Please know without a doubt that anyone who has no faith in these words will fall down. Accompanied by all the Vaishnavas, Lord Chaitanya performed Sankirtan day after day. Seeing Lord Chaitanya, everyone became blissful. Still, no one could see that Lord Chaitanya was the Supreme Lord. Seeing the Lord's very wonderful ecstatic trances, everyone began to doubt in their hearts. Who can describe the Lord's ecstatic trances? Only Lord Anantasesh can describe them. When the Lord trembled, 100 men could not hold him still. From his eyes flowed hundreds and hundreds of rivers of tears. His bodily hairs standing erect, his body was like a golden panasa fruit. Moment after moment he happily laughed out loud. Sometimes he would fall into an ecstatic trance for 3 hours. Returning to extend consciousness, he would say nothing but Krishna. Ears would burst to hear his roar. Still, he was merciful to the devotees. He delivered them from the material world. One moment his ribs would be stiff like pillars, and another moment they would be soft like butter. Seeing these wonders, no devotee thought Lord Chaitanya could be a human being. Someone said, he must be a partial incarnation of the Supreme Lord. Someone else said, Lord Krishna enjoys pastimes in his body. Someone else said, perhaps he is Shukadev or Prahlad or Narada. Someone else said, I think he will break all calamities. The devotees' wives said, he's Lord Krishna taken birth among us. Someone else said, I think he's an incarnation of the Supreme Lord. In this way, each person expressed the opinion in his heart. When Lord Chaitanya returned to external consciousness, everyone embraced him. No one has the power to describe how he wept. The Lord recited this verse of Krishna Karanamrita. O my Lord, O Supreme Personality of Godhead, O Friend of the helpless, you are the only ocean of mercy. Because I have not met you, my inauspicious days and nights have become unbearable. I do not know how I shall pass the time. Where will I go to find the flutist Krishna? The Lord asked. He sighed and wept. Staying with his close friends, the Lord said, I will tell you of my sufferings. The Lord said, my sufferings have no end. I found and then I lost Krishna, who is my life. Everyone was very happy to hear the secret. Full of faith in his words, they sat on 4 sides around him. The Lord said, there's a village called Kanai-Natasal, the dancing place of Lord Krishna. Returning from Gaya, I saw that place. In that place was a handsome boy, dark like a tamal tree. His charming hair was decorated with new gunja. Above that was a splendid peacock feather. He wore a necklace of glistening jewels. I have no power to describe him. In his hands he held a very beautiful flute. Very charming anklets decorated his feet. Decorated with jeweled ornaments, his arms defeated sapphire pillars. The Srivatsa mark, the Kastuba jewel, and a great jewel necklace all shone on his neck. How can I describe his yellow garments, shark earrings, and lotus eyes? Smiling and smiling, he approached me. He embraced me, and then he ran away. Without first attaining his mercy, who has the power to understand these words of Lord Chaitanya? Speaking and speaking, Lord Chaitanya fell unconscious, saying, "O Krishna," he fell to the ground. There was a great commotion. Everyone chanted, "Krishna, Krishna." Holding the Lord still, they wiped the dust from his feet. First the Lord was peaceful, then he would not be peaceful, and calling out, "Where is Krishna? Where is Krishna?" he wept. A moment later he would be peaceful again. He was naturally very humble and meek. Hearing the Lord talk about devotional service, everyone became very happy at heart. Everyone said, "O Lord, we must have performed many pious deeds, that now we are fortunate to have your association. To a person who has attained your association, of what value is even the world of Vaikuntha? A sesame seed's word of association with you bears the fruit of pure devotional service. We're all protected by you. Please become our leader in chanting the holy names. With your tears of love, please cool our bodies burnt by the words of the offenders." After happily speaking words of encouragement to everyone, the Lord, walking like a maddened lion, returned to his home. At home, the Lord did not act like an ordinary person. He was always in ecstatic trance. How many streams of bliss flowed from his graceful eyes! The Ganga that was born from his feet now flows all over his face. "Where is Krishna? Where is Krishna?" were the only words the Lord spoke. He spoke nothing but this question. Seeing a Vaishnava, the Lord would ask him, "Where is Krishna?" Saying this, the Lord would weep greatly. Understanding the devotees would try to comfort him. One day, Gadadhar, carrying some betel nuts, happily came before the Lord. Seeing Gadadhar, the Lord asked him, "Where is dark Krishna, who wears yellow garments?" Seeing the Lord's sufferings, everyone thought their hearts were breaking. If someone tried to answer, he found no words would come. Saintly Gadadhar respectfully said, "Lord Krishna is always in your heart." Hearing the words, "Krishna is always in your heart," the Lord tried to rip apart his chest with his fingernails. There was a great commotion. Gadadhar grabbed the Lord's hands and, speaking many words, somehow pacified him. "Krishna will come. Please be peaceful at heart," Gadadhar said. Seeing all this, Mother Sachi became very pleased with Gadadhar. She thought, "I have not seen anyone intelligent like this boy. Afraid, I will not even approach my son. This boy pacifies him very easily." Mother Sachi said to Gadadhar, "My son, please stay here always. Please don't leave us and go somewhere else." Seeing the Lord's wonderful ecstasy of love, Mother Sachi thought about her son. No other thoughts came in her heart. In her heart, Mother Sachi thought, "He's not a human being. What kind of human being can make flooding rivers of tears flow from his eyes? I do not know what exalted person he is." Afraid, Mother Sachi would not come before the Lord. At sunset, the devotees gathered one by one at the Lord's house. With great devotion, Sri Mukunda Sanjaya read verses aloud. Hearing saintly Mukunda's splendid voice, Lord Chaitanya, the jewel of the Brahmins, entered an ecstatic trance. "Hari Bol," the Lord roared, filling the four directions. Then the Lord fell to the ground. No one could hold him still. The Lord manifested fear, laughter, trembling, perspiring, roaring, standing up of bodily hairs. He manifested all these symptoms of ecstasy simultaneously. Seeing these wonders, the devotees happily sang the holy names. Nothing checked the Lord's ecstasy. In this way the night passed like a moment. At sunrise, the Lord somehow returned to external consciousness. Day and night, in this way, Sachi's son always chanted the holy names in his home. In this way, Lord Chaitanya began the Sankirtan movement. Seeing this, the devotees found that their sufferings perished. Sachi's son roared Haribol. In home after home, the materialists and offenders woke up. Their happy sleep broken, the materialists became angry. They felt frustrated. Someone said, "What kind of madness has come over these people?" Someone else said, "We cannot even sleep at night." Someone else said, "All this screaming with anger will anger God, then all these people will perish." Someone else said, "Shunning philosophy, they've become very arrogant." And another said, What are they singing about? Who knows? This is a conspiracy planned by the Brahmin Srivas. Just so they can eat, these four brothers get together and scream, Krishna, they're all madmen. Does one earn no piety by chanting in the mind? How does one earn piety? By screaming. Someone else said, Oh, my brothers, Srivas has gone mad. He will ruin the whole country. Today I heard in the royal court the king ordered towboats to come here. They will arrest anyone they hear singing the holy names in Nadia. That was the king's order. Srivas Pandit will run away, and all of us will be destroyed. I already told you, throw Srivas' house into the Ganga. You thought he was only joking. Now you will see we are all destroyed. Someone else said, Why should the calamity fall on us? We will tie up Srivas and hand him over. In town after town the talk spread. The king will arrest the Vaishnavas. Hearing this talk, the Vaishnavas said, We will remember Lord Krishna. He will save us from this danger. Whatever Lord Krishna Chandra wills, that will happen. Why should these degraded people frighten us while our Lord is present? Srivas Pandit was very kind and generous. When he heard this talk, he believed it was true. Seeing the Muslim king, Srivas became afraid at heart. Lord Chaitanya knew the devotees' hearts. Devotees did not understand that the Supreme Lord had descended in their midst. Now Sachi's son began to reveal the truth to them. Lord Chaitanya, more handsome than Kamadev, with no rival anywhere in the three worlds, fearlessly walked away. His every limb was anointed with fragrant sandal paste. His lips were red, his eyes were lotus flowers, his hair was curly, his face was a full moon. A sacred thread decorated his shoulder, his form was charming. His garments were splendid, betel nuts were on his lips. He happily walked by the Ganga's bank. When pious people saw him, they became happy. When materialists and offenders saw him, they became morose. Someone said, He must have heard of the danger, still he has no fear. He walks about town as if he were a prince. Someone else said, Someone else said, Oh, my brother, I know what's happening. What you see is all a trick to escape. Lord Chaitanya fearlessly looked in the four directions. He looked at the Ganga's beauty and the riverbank's beauty. Walking by the riverbank, he saw a herd of cows. They were mooing and drinking water. With raised tails, some ran in the four directions. Some fought, some napped, some drank water. Seeing them, the Lord began to roar, I am he, he shouted again and again. In this way he ran to Srivas's house. Srivas, what are you doing now? The Lord bellowed. Within his home, Srivas was worshipping Lord Nishinga. Pounding again and again, Lord Chaitanya broke the door open. Whom do you worship? On whom do you meditate? Look, the person you worship has come, he roared. Srivas saw a form like blazing fire. His meditation broke. He looked in the four directions. He saw Lord Chaitanya sitting in a Virasana yoga posture. Lord Chaitanya had 4 arms. He held a conch shell, chakra, club, and lotus. He roared like a maddened lion. Slapping the palm of his hand against his left shoulder, he made a great sound. Seeing all this, Srivas trembled, became stunned. He did not move. The Lord roared, O Shiva, for so many days you did not know my true identity. Because of your loud Sankirtan, I left Vaikuntha and came here with all my associates. Not knowing me, you left me and went to Shantipur. I will rescue the devotees. I will kill all the demons. Don't worry. Now recite prayers to me. Gazing at the Lord, Srivas wept tears of love. The fears in his heart died. Now he was confident. His whole body was filled with joy. He offered Dandavat obeisances, then folding his hands, he recited prayers. By his nature, Srivas Pandit was a great devotee of the Lord. He accepted the Lord's order. By the Lord's desire, he recited prayers. He began his prayers by quoting a verse from Srimad Bhagavatam, a verse where demigod Brahma, his illusion was dispelled, said, "My dear Lord, you are the only worshipful Supreme Lord, Personality of Godhead. Therefore I am offering my humble obeisances and prayers just to please you. Your bodily features are of the color of clouds filled with water. You are glittering with a silver electric aura emanating from your yellow garments. Let me offer my respectful obeisances unto the son of Maharaj Nanda, who is standing before me with conch shell, earrings, and a peacock feather on his head. His face is beautiful. He's wearing a helmet, garlanded with forest flowers, and he stands with a morsel of food in his hand. He's decorated with cane and bugle, and he carries a buffalo horn and flute. He stands before me with small lotus feet." Then Srivat said, "I offer my respectful obeisances unto the feet of Lord Vishvambhara. He is dark like a monsoon cloud. He wears yellow garments. I offer my respectful obeisances to the feet of Sachi's son. He's decorated with a peacock feather and a necklace of new ganja. I offer my respectful obeisances to the lotus feet of Gangadasa's student. He wears a garland of forest flowers. He holds rice and yogurt in his hand. I offer my respectful obeisances to the feet of Jagannath Mishra's son. His face and form are more glorious than millions of moons. You are the same Supreme Lord who carried a buffalo horn, bugle, a flute, and a cane. O my Lord, I offer my respectful obeisances to your lotus feet. You are the same person the four Vedas call the son of Maharaj Nanda. O Lord, I offer my respectful obeisances to your feet." After reciting Brahma's prayer, Srivas offered his own prayers to the Lord's feet. Then the following prayers appeared on Srivats's mouth. You are Vishnu, you are Krishna, you are master of all yagnas. The most sacred Ganga is the water that has washed your feet. You are Ramachandra, the life of Sita. You are Nishinga, Brahma, Shiva, and all the demigods are bumblebees attracted to your feet. You are known by study of Vedanta. You are Narayan. You are Vamana, who treated Bali Maharaj. You are Hayagriva. You are the life of the worlds. You are the moon of Nilachala. You're the origin of everything. Who is not broken by your Maya? Even Goddess Lakshmi, who stays always with you, has no power to understand you. Your brothers, friends, and companions all serve you in every way. What then can be said of others, of persons bewildered by false pride, persons who think themselves masters? Disguised as a householder, you bewildered me. I did not know who you are. My birth was very lowly. Displaying many illusions, you cheated me. You washed my garments, folded my dhoti, and served me in many ways. I'm no longer afraid. O Master of my life, please hear my words. You are my Lord. Now you have come before my eyes. Today all my sufferings are destroyed. On this day you've appeared before me. Today my birth and all my deeds have borne fruit. Today all auspiciousness has come before me. Today my ancestors are delivered. Today my home has become glorious. Today my eyes have become fortunate without limit. Today I gaze at you, the Supreme Lord, whose feet Goddess Lakshmi serves. Speaking these words, Srivas Pandit entered an ecstatic trance. Waving his arms, he wept and sighed. Gazing at Lord Chaitanya's wonderful form, fortunate Srivas rolled on the ground. Wonderful happiness entered Srivas's body. The Brahmin Srivas drowned in an ocean of bliss. Smiling, the Lord heard Srivas's prayers. Then the merciful Lord said to Srivas, "Bring your wife, children, and the others in your house. They should see my form. You and your wife should worship my feet. You may ask a boon, whatever you desire in your heart." Accepting the Lord's order, Srivas Pandit quickly came with all his associates. To Lord Chaitanya's feet he offered all the flowers intended for Lord Vishnu's worship. Accompanied by his wife with fragrances, flowers, incense, and lamps, The Brahmin worshipped the Lord's graceful feet and wept. Accompanied by his brothers, wives, servants, maidservants, and everyone else, Srivas fell down before the Lord's feet and spoke prayers in a voice choked with emotion. Filled with love for Srivas, Lord Chaitanya placed his feet on the heads of all. Unseen, the Lord touched the heads of all, and smiling he said, "May your thoughts always rest in me." Roaring, Lord Chaitanya called for Srivas. He said, "O Srivas, is there some fear in your heart? I hear that the king's boats have come to capture you. I control the many spirit souls who reside in the countless material universes. I push them to action. Only if I, residing the king's body, give him the order, will the king say you should be captured. If I do not give him the order, but he acts independently, then I'll look for something else. I will be the first to go to the boat. There I will approach the king. Will the king remain on his throne after he sees me? I will be the first to go on the boat, and there I will approach the king. Will the king remain on his throne after he sees me? I will bewilder him and bring him down from his throne. If he does not become bewildered, then he may ask me questions. Please hear my plan. I will describe it. I will say, listen, O king. Please learn what is true and what is false. Please assemble all the mullahs and qazis. O king, please bring all the elephants, horses, animals, and birds to your court. Order all the qazis to read aloud from your scriptures and inspire everyone to weep. If they have no power to do that, then I will reveal myself to the king. I will tell him, on the word of these men you have forbidden Sankirtan. You've seen the little power they possess. With thine own eyes you will see my power. Then I will capture a mad elephant and bring it here. I will bring many elephants, horses, animals, and birds. I will make them chant Krishna. I'll make them weep. Then I'll make the king and his followers also chant Krishna. I'll make them weep also. If in your heart you don't believe me, then I'll show you. You'll see with your own eyes. The Lord saw Srivas's young niece, who was named Narayani. Even today, among the Vaishnavas, it is said, Narayani was the object of Lord Chaitanya's mercy. Then Lord Chaitanya Chandra, who is the super soul of all living beings, gave this order, Narayani, chant Krishna and weep. And the 4-year-old Narayani acted with wild abandon. She called out Krishna and she wept. She was not aware of the external world. Streams of tears flowed over her limbs and fell to the ground. Her eyes were filled with tears. Smiling and smiling, Lord Chaitanya said, have your fears died? Eloquent Srivas understood everything. Throwing his arms in the air, he told the Lord, when your form of time destroys the entire creation, I will chant your name. I will not be afraid. Now that you are here in my house, why should I be afraid? When he had spoken these words, Srivas Pandit and his associates entered an ecstatic trance, and there they saw the Lord's form. Srivas and his servants and maidservants gazed at the Lord's form, a form even the 4 Vedas yearned to see. How will I describe the glorious activities of Srivas, the dust of whose feet purifies the world? As Lord Krishna appeared in Vasudev's home, but enjoyed pastimes in Nanda's home, so Lord Chaitanya appeared in Jagamithra's home, but enjoyed pastimes in Srivas Pandit's home. Srivas Pandit was dear to all the Vaishnavas. All who came to his home became happy. Srivas's servants and maidservants happily gazed at the Supreme Lord, whom the Vedas glorify with prayers in their mouths. By serving a Vaishnava, one can attain the supreme goal. By a Vaishnava's mercy, one meets Krishna. that becomes inevitable. Lord Chaitanya ordered Srivas, don't tell anyone about this. Regaining external consciousness, Lord Chaitanya became embarrassed at heart. He reassured Srivas, and then he returned home. Srivas Pandit and his wife, brothers, servants, and maidservants were all filled with happiness. Anyone who hears the prayer Srivas spoke when he saw Lord Chaitanya's form will become a servant of Lord Krishna. Lord Balaram, who stays in my heart as the Supersoul, has ordered me to sing of Lord Chaitanya's pastimes. I bow down before the feet of the Vaishnavas. I pray, Lord Balaram. I pray that Lord Balaram may be my master birth after birth. As Nishinga and Yadushinga, the lion of the Yadus, are two names for the same person, and Balaram, Nityananda and Balaram are two names for the same person. This I know. I sing the glories of Lord Nityananda, who's known as Avaduta Chandra, the moon of Avadutas, who is Lord Balaram himself, and who is dear to Lord Chaitanya. O my brothers, with a single mind, please hear this Madhya-Khanda. Hearing this Madhya-Khanda is like performing Sankirtan for 1 year. The two moons, Sri Krishna Chaitanya and Sri Nityananda, are my life and soul. I, Vrndavana Das, sing the glories of their feet. Hare Krishna.